Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Strike Lee with Game Watching News. You know we peeped the play so we can tell y'all the truth. And today, we about to break down something crazy that's going on. Since January 4th, 2025, when Trump got inaugurated, it's been 15 cartel-related raids that happened just in Georgia. I'm talking about trap houses, spots, Airbnb, stash houses, warehouses, all that. 15 just 2025. Compared to the whole 2024, it was only 5 raids. That means 3 times as many raids, a 200% increase. And that ain't cause the streets getting worse. It's cause they changed some rules and some policies y'all need to know about. And the street code just updated too. Check this out.
If we don't get tough on the drug dealers, we're wasting our time. And that toughness includes the death penalty.
In entertainment, it's always been the swag to flex foreign connections, plugs, niggas rapping about essays, putting cartel in their business name, syndicate, you know, a lot of overseas talk. But until these folk get out of office, if you still working that one, your face hot. Some Republican named Lindsey Graham made a bill to designate major Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Then Chip Roy made the Drug Cartel Terrorist Designation Act. And Trump, what he did was sign Executive Order 14159, which classifies certain cartels as terror-linked or global terrorist entities. That's the one that got future Big Brother pop in Forest Park, November 14th, 2025. Now that specific executive order, which was signed 2 weeks after Trump got in office, so it ain't nothing new. It was to protect American people against invasions, which requires every state to create a Homeland Security Task Force, the HSTF, to attack foreign gangs. Now all you gotta do is look at the criminal complaint for Casino and that boy David Diaz, the Mexican he was with, and the 4 other people that got arrested. The HSTF is the one that kicked the door in. Now the crazy thing is, they wasn't even at the casino. They had a warrant for David Estevan Diaz, and Shawty ran out the side door, and they arrested him and 5 other people. So stop worrying about the city cops. You hearing it on Game Watching News, the feds after immigrants and anything that look like a foreign gang. You know, a lot of people telling me this the reason that young Scooter ran out this house when Demi Blanco called the police on him on his birthday. Cause the feds pulling up doing raids and they ain't asking no questions. Now Pee Wee Longway case was a little bit different. The DEA started investigating Jorge Cortez back in 2023 as the Mexican he was with. So it ain't got nothing to do with the Republicans, but what's crazy is they say Cortez organization was also out of Coachella, California, like Casino Boy. And just like Casino case, they wasn't at the long way. They caught him on a wiretap talking to Jorge Cortez. It was their partners from Coachella, California that had the block out. And hey, Pee Wee music or casino music wasn't mentioned in their federal complaint. See, I only bring that up to say these new bills and orders make it easier for Georgia niggas to get caught up just guilty by association. Especially since the US made CJNG and a couple other cartels narco-terrorist organizations. And see, ain't nobody gonna tell y'all this. Man, these other blogs gonna say everybody cooked, they going to jail forever, this and that, you know. But it's been a few lies the government been telling and the news been repeating it, so we about to break that down right here too. On November 21st, about 3 p.m., the Atlanta FBI and HSTF, that Homeland Security Task Force we was talking about, did a press conference for when they popped Casino and David Diaz at that Airbnb in Forest Park. Now the headline was, They seized enough fentanyl to kill millions of people, like damn near the whole state of Georgia, which was a motherfucking lie.
Meantime, FBI agents here in Atlanta say they just seized enough drugs to kill millions of people. Atlanta News First, Bridget Spencer is live from the FBI Atlanta field office. And Bridget, fentanyl, that was...
And I seen 11 Alive and Atlanta News First repeated. I don't know if they ain't do their homework or they part of the lies, but I'm finna tell y'all why that's bullshit. Because legally, in the federal complaint, the exact words say they found a mixture of substances containing a detectable amount of fentanyl. That ain't 21 kilos of pure fenty, no lab grade weapon of mass destruction, no none of that old shit. And the way they say it matters cause the government taking the DEA words, mixing it with CDC lab toxicity charts, and twisting it up to make a crazy ass cap ass headline. They trying to scare y'all into hating them boys so they can put them away forever when they ain't know what them Mexicans had, and they probably ain't know it was fentanyl in it. They could have just been trying to buy cocaine, allegedly. The DEA says around 2 milligrams of pure fentanyl could be fatal depending on your body weight. The CDC say the same thing. That's where the numbers come from. But what they don't tell you is street product is cut. Ain't nothing pure going around in the streets but the cap. Everything stepped on, remixed, diluted, stretched, chopped, changed 10 different times before it reached the user. Even that complaint said it was never pure fent. It says it's a mixture. So when the news station telling y'all they found enough fetty to kill the whole state of Georgia, they telling y'all a lie. That ain't real life. They finessing the math to make propaganda just like they did weed back in the day.
So Sarah, what's going on here? Sarah? Sarah?
She won't answer you. Or she can't. This is the way it's been since she started smoking pot. She's all lazy and boring and... You know, we used to have so much fun together.
And now?
This is what we do.
They told our parents marijuana killed brain cells. They called it reefer madness. They used fake science, scared folks with commercials, they exaggerated claims just to make you think it turned people violent. But 3 days ago, Trump just made weed a Schedule III drug. He dropped it down a couple levels.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule I to a Schedule III controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people begging for me to do this, people that are in great pain. For decades, this action has been requested by American patients suffering from extreme pain, incurable diseases, aggressive cancers, seizure disorders, neurological problems, and more, including numerous veterans with service-related injuries. And
fast forward to today, weed is legal in how many states? Dispensaries everywhere. It's the same government, the same playbook. And now they getting paid off of it. What happened to reefer madness? You can't forget the United States used to allow cocaine in medicine in the early 1900s. Coca-Cola had coca leaf extract in it to about 1929. Then they regulated it out, not because it was a terror weapon or a weapon of mass destruction. It was because the politics changed. Now fast forward, they telling you cocaine mixed with fentanyl make everybody involved a terrorist. Trump even said it himself. He liked how cigarette commercials scare people from smoking. He likes how prescription drug ads list 100 different side effects to discourage use.
doing the right shows on television or wherever, the internet, when they see these commercials, say, I don't want any part of it. That's the least expensive thing we can do, where you scare them from ending up like the people in the commercials. And we'll make them very, very bad commercials. We'll make them pretty unsavory situations.
That's the same strategy being used here with this fentanyl shit. Yeah. And here's the wild part. Trump has publicly said fentanyl comes from China and Mexico. He put a 20% fentanyl tariff on China. Then he reduced it the same day when he shook hands and met Xi Jinping.
On fentanyl, we agreed that he was going to work very hard to stop the flow. I put a 20% tariff on China because of the fentanyl coming in. And based on his statements today, I reduced it by 10%, so it's 10% instead of 20%.
He say they got a cool relationship. Mexico, they did the same thing. Put pressure on them in public, then say they friends and cooperate with them in private. But the middlemen, the street niggas, the traffickers, the rappers next to the supply chain, oh, they label them terrorists. They trying to kill them niggas. Meanwhile, Trump pardoned Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, and NBA YoungBoy. All convicted drug users, niggas had possession charges. See, that tells you something. Right now, you in a system that protects the users, shake hands with the manufacturers, the source of it, and try to kill the dealer. Think about Tony Montana. Scarface, that was everybody's favorite movie growing up. Under this administration, Tony Montana would have been labeled a narco-terrorist, and they wouldn't even arrest him. They would have bombed his boat and said all that coke was fentanyl.
President Trump says it was carrying drugs from Venezuela, and that the strike killed 11.
And let's be clear, fentanyl don't come from Venezuela. Every major report says Mexico is the main source, and all the precursors come from China. Yeah. Venezuela like a cocaine stash house, not no fentanyl lab. So when Trump say blowing up boats save 25,000 American lives every time he do it, he know that's the biggest cap. Even PBS fact check that. This ain't about deaths, because cocaine ain't killing as many Americans as opioids. Yet Trump just said Colombia is next. That tells you the truth. This is politics, it's control, and they playing narrative warfare. That's why I made Game Watching News, so we could peek the play and tell y'all the truth. Now let me break down the actual raid so you understand how real this shit is. In 2024, Georgia had 5 major cartel or foreign linked cases. One at the Atlanta State Farmers Market with over 2,500 pounds of meth hidden in celery. One in Monroe with a fortified meth conversion lab processing over 3,000 kilos tied to Mexican suppliers. One gun trafficking case that sent over 150 firearms to a Mexican cartel. 2 other cartel-linked seizures tied to Mexican supply routes. In 2025, 15. Jackson County with Mexican and Venezuelan traffickers moving meth. Norcross with CJNG laundering over $1 million in 2 months, allegedly. Atlanta and Mableton tied to La Nueva Familia, LNFM. Columbus with Operation Sweet Silence. You know, they caught a few million, tens of millions worth of shit and tied it back to Cali. Pee Wee Longway got caught on a wiretap talking to Jorge Cortez out of Coachella, California. Duluth with Venezuelan stash houses. Rome and Cartersville with a west coast to Georgia meth and fent pipeline, allegedly. Stone Mountain in DeKalb with CJNG fortified houses. Sandy Springs and Woodstock with CJNG RICO charges. Forest Park with Casino and David Diaz. Monroe and Athens with one of the biggest meth conversion labs in Georgia history. Same pattern, same pipeline, Coachella, Phoenix, West Coast, Georgia, and it's in 1 year. Yeah. And it's 3 more years to go. That's why I'm telling y'all so y'all can peep the play. Hey, I'm telling y'all, the street code updated 2026. We ain't repping nothing foreign. As long as ICE on the streets and HSTF investigating, you giving probable cause for the feds to catch the plug in your area. Even if what you saying is fake. The Trump administration using national security laws to say the plugs is terrorists. And you rapping about them saying your area, nigga, you telling. Now we know this all entertainment. And a lot of boys that made millions and millions of dollars off this shit. Shout out to Migo Gang from Gwinnett, Black Amigo, Kirkwood, Zone 6. You know, Future repping Taliban Gang. You know, Rick Ross got a song with Scooter called Columbia.
Us as a team, we always just ran the streets crazy. Going crazy out on the street, just decided to call ourselves Migo Gang.
You know, Gwinnett, that's where the real Migos at.
Yeah, that's where the Migos at anyway, in Gwinnett. We just called ourselves Migo. We just doing our thing, and then we just came together as a group, as a rap group.
Okay.
Everybody tried to rap, but we just, you know what I'm saying, just distinguished it, you know what I'm saying, just kept it tight.
So there's a bunch of Migos out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of Migos, like,
How many?
especially on the north side.
Like roughly 100?
Probably about 100.
Probably about
More
100.
than 100.
Nobody talked this Migo shit without me vouching on this shit, about somebody from BMG vouching on this shit. We been doing this shit. He had been playing around in foreign whips and doing all this shit like 6 years ago.
Drugs is bad, but the lies are worse, and they burying people forever. They trying to kill you. Yeah, Operation Kill the Dealer going on, and they freeing all the users. If you know how to sell drugs, they want you in ADX or buried underground dead. I'm just telling you.
If we don't get tough on the drug dealers, we're wasting our time. And that toughness includes the death penalty.
Wars ain't just fought with guns and bombs and missiles. They fought with headlines, language, and they trying to scare y'all into hating your own people. That's why rappers flipping narratives overnight. I even heard some green ass niggas say fuck the streets. You ain't heard that till the Trump administration. These headlines is confusing niggas. Game watching news, we peep the play for they run the play on you. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what y'all think, and stay tuned till part 2.